Good morning and welcome to the Franchise Minute. I am Anna Wilds, the franchise economist. I am delighted to have today a special guest, Mary Pang with Forever Young, a Ripon brand. Mary, welcome to the Franchise Minute.
Thank you so much for having me, Anna. I'm really excited to be here.
Well, really glad to have you because you work in the booming wellness industry. Start us off, Mary, and tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to work at Forever Young.
Absolutely. So I actually, this is my 8th or 9th year in franchising, somewhere around there. And so before the Repum Group, then I actually worked on the funding side for a couple of years with a fantastic funding company, top rated in the industry. And that was a really great perspective for learning the candidate's process and what it takes to get into business ownership for yourself and play a direct hand in that. So and then before that, I really started out in franchising, working for 5 or 6 years at a franchise organization that helps people get into business ownership themselves. So the franchise bug bit me pretty early. And then I was able to kind of make my way around the industry. And the most exciting thing for me now is getting to talk to candidates directly and about a specific brand, Forever Young. So,
well, go ahead and share with the audience, Mary, what does Forever Young do and what makes it so very special?
Absolutely. So Forever Young is an anti-aging, holistic, whole body vitality brand. So that means that we are covering all services that help you look your best and feel your best under one roof. So Botox, fillers, hydrofacials, HRT, TRT, medical weight loss, IV drips, injections, all of those things that someone is probably familiar with or maybe have used themselves. We're handling and offering all of those under one roof. So as this industry, like you said, it's a booming industry. It's been growing, continues to grow. We've been able to evolve with it very gracefully. And I would say you asked, what makes it so unique? One thing for us is truly our marketing playbook that's been developed in the 10 years that we've been in business.
Well, a couple of things. One is you threw out some acronyms and initials in there, and I'm going to translate for the audience. So you were talking about hormone replacement therapy.
Yes.
And specific, so it's testosterone.
Testosterone therapy and hormone replacement therapy. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. And then IV drips as well. You mentioned facial things. So would you call this a medical spa?
I would say this is more than a medical spa, right?
Okay.
So we do offer the same services that, your medical med spa and Main Street is offering, but we're offering, in addition to that, things that are helping people perform better, feel better, and look better at the same time.
All right, fantastic. Well, do dig in and explain your two-pronged marketing approach because the comprehensiveness of your marketing and the depth of your marketing is really very impressive, and I'd love for the audience to learn more.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to talk about it. So you said a two-prong approach, right? So absolutely, we're managing digital marketing, which is everything that you think of today: SEO, pay-per-click, paid ads, targeted, social media marketing. That's a huge and important part of this business. But what I'd say the secret weapon in our business is actually the local grassroots marketing. And that was developed by Dennis and Carlton, our co-founders, when they built their first location. And now they have 3 locations where they've implemented this. But their first 2 locations started out in a med spa, in a medical clinic area, where quite literally, great location, but on top of a parking garage. You have to know the address. You have to know very specifically, I'm trying to get here, right? So they had to be very aggressive and very creative in how they drove business through the doors. And they continued to implement that. And that's what our franchisees use today. So when I say a playbook, that means community engagement. That means, building relationships with the Spanga down the street, the Club Pilates that just opened up.
All right. So these are fitness centers. So people might not be familiar with what Spanga or Club Pilates is. So fitness studios, gyms in the area. Okay, great.
other like-minded businesses in the area, maybe the local hair salon, the nail salon, the Massage Envy down the street, right? All of these places where like-minded individuals that are prioritizing their health and fitness and a quality of life are going to be. That also means getting out in the community. So Dennis and Carlton, they sponsor their kids' sports games. They wrapped their cars in Forever Young. They would do influencer marketing where maybe there's a celebrity personal trainer or very well-connected personal trainer in the area, or in their community in the Boca Raton area, there's a pastor who's very well respected, very well known, that everyone knows he goes to Forever Young, right? So building those types of relationships, building those types of relationships and really becoming a presence in the community is something that drove business in through the doors from day one for them. And that's something that they've passed on to franchisees to implement and to see that same strong ramp up and that same, community engagement.
Well, I love how you told me about I don't know if it was a franchisee, but how somebody dressed up in a superhero outfit and ran a 5K.
Yeah, exactly. And they'll do everything, right? So that was Dennis and Carlton. They dressed up in superhero suits. They ran a 5K. And actually, there's a part of our business where it's called Forever Giving, where a franchisee can choose a charity that they want to give back to. And Dennis and Carlton have chosen to donate to the charity slips of mine, but it's for children in distress or for children in need. And so that's one of the things. The 5K was in support of that charity as well. So there's many, many different ways that they are giving back to the community, getting out into the community, having fun, right? Where the brand is fresh and they were able to inject their own personalities into it and really connect with the people that they're attracting into their business as well.
Well, Mary, it sounds like to me that there's a strong partnership or teamwork regarding the marketing. So the marketing expertise, marketing strategy, the marketing know-how is implemented at the corporate level for the franchisees, reputation management, social media management, all that sort of stuff. But then at the local level, at the franchisee level, there's a great deal of, as you said, grassroots involvement. So it's the franchisor has its role to play, but absolutely the franchisee has his or her role to play as well in driving business through the doors.
Yeah, that's a very accurate portrayal. And on the franchisor side, they'll help with everything on the digital marketing side, from setting up the website, the SEO, the social media marketing, the collateral to push out on all of these different platforms. We work with a company that specializes in wellness clinic marketing, where the only thing that that's the only type of a client that they're working with. We've been working with them for the last 10 years. So they are very familiar with the brand, and they at this point are very dialed in on what's working. So that's something that the franchisor is providing. And then absolutely, the grassroots level, the franchisee is going to be the face of the brand in their community. But the good thing there is that playbook has been developed. They don't have to reinvent the wheel. They just have to execute on it. So there's even support on that side of, this has worked for us, and we'll help you do the same where you are.
Well, that's really eye-opening. I'm sure many people in the audience were not aware of the expertise and the sophistication of the marketing that any franchise brings to the table, and in your case, specifically Forever Young. So that's very insightful. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think this is a nice setup for you to explain who is an ideal candidate for you, and what is the role of the owner with a Forever Young franchise?
Yeah, great question. So we really boil it down to 3 different groups or types of folks. Across the board, the red thread is they are passionate about health and fitness and wellness, right? They don't have to be a bodybuilder. They don't have to be a professional personal trainer, but they prioritize their health. They prioritize preventative care, holistic health, right? Maybe they're using some of the products and services already themselves. But then if you're looking at from a profile perspective, a lot of times these are folks that are coming from corporate America, and they are, just looking to do something on their own. But more than just anyone in corporate America, most likely they have operational experience and they have experience managing and building teams, because that really is going to be the needle mover, the driver in the business for continuing to evolve and scale successfully. So that's kind of, any industry, they maybe they're a CEO, VP of sales, VP of marketing. That really doesn't matter, but really the common thread there is operational experience and experience building and managing teams. The second thing, that we'll see is if someone is maybe in the medical field, maybe they're a medical professional themselves and they're tired of that traditional Western medicine approach. They're really passionate about preventative health, holistic health, and they're looking for a playbook that they can execute on and do on their own that makes them feel good about helping people look better and feel better and just improve someone's quality of life. We talk with those individuals as well. And then the third way would be, maybe someone is they've been in franchising, or they've helped grow multiple businesses already, not necessarily in health and wellness, but just overall. And they're looking to again with Forever Young. We're talking with those types of folks as well.
So people who've been business owners or franchisees previously, people with medical backgrounds, and also people with operations experience, specifically operations management and building and leading a team.
Yes. So and to give an example, I'm happy to give an example of those. So I'm talking to someone, Danny, out of Texas, just super gregarious. He's a serial entrepreneur in multiple industries. He's got a construction business, painting business, and also runs a hair salon. And so he understands the value of diversifying a portfolio and just loves building businesses, just loves that aspect of it. And he also used to be a bodybuilder. He used to be in weightlifting, not anymore. He's got 2 young kids. He wants to be around for them. He still wants to build a business, but he doesn't want to necessarily do it from the ground up, right? This is something he says Forever Young is exactly what he's looking for. I'm talking to another group of partners, Brandon and Travis. Brandon has been in medical sales for the last 15 years. He's now in a VP sales position. And his teammate, his best friend, owns 3 tire shops, right? So has that operational experience. And so together, they're going to be able to be a powerhouse team, right? So those are 2 examples in that one instance. Other folks that we're talking with, they've owned 16 Crumble cookies and 52 Five Guys across multiple states, right? And so they see the value of translating what they've done there and then doing it in the health space. And same thing, one of the partners in that group runs marathons, right? And the other one does hot yoga and Pilates and has lived that type of a lifestyle their entire life. So that's something that they're personally interested in, and bringing that back to marketing, right? On the community engagement side of things, that takes passion from the franchisor, from the franchisee. And so this is more than just, a good investment, right? It is a bit of a passion play where we say we bleed green. So that's a key component, I would say too, is someone should connect with the brand. They should feel excited about being able to bring the impact to the community, bring this positive impact to the community, and get to be a part of it.
Yeah, it sounds really, really like a fantastic opportunity for the right person. And Mary, we are out of time. So if someone wants to learn more about Forever Young, what do you recommend they do?
I recommend that they talk with a franchise consultant like you, Anna. And this is, you have 20 years of experience in the business. You've been around franchising yourself. And so having someone like you in my corner, if I'm going through this, where you've got relationships in the industry like Forever Young and other brands that you can connect someone with and help guide them through that discovery process and be a voice, a trusted advisor, be an objective perspective. That's going to be really valuable as someone's going through this process, which could otherwise be very overwhelming.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for Mary. And Mary, thank you for being here. Audience, this is Mary Pang with Forever Young, a Rep'em brand. Mary, you really opened our eyes about the extensive marketing playbook, as you said, that franchises bring to the table, and in particular what Forever Young does for its franchisees. So thank you for that.
Thank you for having me.
And audience, thank you for being here, and be sure to come back next week. I'm telling you, this is a must-see TV. We're going to hear from a franchise insider, best practices for franchise candidates so that they are the ones who are awarded the franchise of their choice. It's very competitive with these top franchises. People are going to show up. Everybody's got money in their wallet. How are they going to pick you? Tune in next week to learn. All right, I'm Anna Wilds, the franchise economist. See you next Wednesday at 11:30. Bye-bye.